Well, hello, students. It appears to be that we are a little bit beyond the halfway point of our leadership class, and I am telling you, I am so blown away by all of your wonderful threads. I mean, oh my gosh, you just totally simulated a classroom environment, which I was hoping would happen, although many of you are working different hours and different shifts and have so many commitments. But I can tell just by your responses and reading all of your threads that you are diligently going through all of the material that's needed to successfully get through this course. And from many of your threads, I could see that you've learned so much about leadership that you didn't know about, especially when it comes to power and about transformational, transactional leadership, and how adapting to situations is so important. And based on, without getting politically involved with anything at this point, but based on some of the events going on in our country right now and some of the challenges with leadership, it seems to be that we can apply many of the concepts, theories, and put it to practicum that we are learning. And I'm also learning so much about your worlds and your cultures, and you've done so well talking about your cultures. In the week and a half to come, where you're going to be looking at a lot of videos of things, and especially listen to my interview with Jordan Rich, formerly the talk show host of Late Night WBZ. I was on his show a number of times, but when I wrote the book, The Leadership Gene, he really was struck by some of the things that were in that about, our leaders born, our leaders made type of thing, and what was the one big problem with leadership today. And it seemed to be very much accountability. Everyone wants to come out smelling like a rose, and when things go wrong, leaders don't want to be accountable for it, take the blame. When things go right, they want to take the credit. But that's not what true leadership is about. And we've seen that in so many different ways with charismatic leadership and the other type of leadership that I think was struck by everyone here is authentic leadership. Are we real? If you're phony, if you're fake, people aren't going to buy into you. They're not going to believe you. It's really true what they say about the karma. What goes around comes around. People have to believe that your leadership is authentic and it is real and it has meaning to it. That's so important. In all of your different lives that I've read about, anything from healthcare to policing to being a guard, protecting the interests of the public, listening to people like Ed and Henry, and then looking at videos on Steve Jobs and listening to Nathan and Jillian, the whole lesson of successorship. All of these things come to light and they have one common denominator. And that one common denominator is passion. Passion for what you do. And the goal is to always have your sight on the mission. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? If a leader doesn't believe in the mission, doesn't have a plan, does everything by the seat of their pants and always puts accountability on the other person, are they leaders or are they managers? Because you can manage things, but you can't manage the minds of people. And that's what leaders don't do. Leaders don't get in people's faces. Leaders look at their faces and they relate to them. They don't talk at them. They talk to them. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. There's a reason why there's that 2-to-1 ratio. You got to listen twice as hard and speak half the time. To be committed, you need passion. Be real. Be you. Good luck with going forward for the rest of the course.